kids. How are you today? It's 2021. I'm so excited to say we are starting this year on a very, very lovely note. We have a wonderful book for you today as we digest a lot of books this year. But before I go into that, I have an interesting information for you. This year, you're not just going to be listening to me, you have to be involved. And for you to be involved, there is a prize. So this year, you are going to join in a little competition. And what's the competition? It's Kids Creative Contest. So, guys, any story we read for the first quarter of a year, that is from January to April, I need you to pay attention. From any of the stories, you can write us another short story because of what you learned from it. You can draw an artwork. You can write a song from it. You can write a poem, and you can draw a science blurb. Maybe you think of something that is scientific that has been said or has been done in the story, or you can think of a scientific idea you can develop because of a story. Kids, we look forward to your fantastic ideas. Guess what? There's a prize for that. £50 voucher. Oh gosh, I can do anything with £50, don't you think? I can even save it for that very important thing I want to buy. So, tighten your seatbelt. But you can only enter one thing in a category. So if you're writing a short story, you can do a song. And if you're doing a song, you can do a science blurb. So, or science bob. So, what would you think? So think carefully. And once you've done that, kids, you send it to, remember, you can watch us on our Facebook channel, on our Instagram, or on our YouTube channel. Always be in touch because we love to get you creative as we read these lovely books to you. We begin to proceed to what we are going to read today. Are you looking forward to it? I'm so looking forward to it. And the first story we have this year is from Ghana. And the title of the story is The Pot of Wisdom. And that's a story by Adwoa, Badoe, and Baba. I won't try to pronounce the others, but apologies if I pronounce it wrongly, but that is the authors of the book. And kids, I want you to pay attention as we read the first story in the book. So, are you ready to read with me? The title of today's story is Why Ananse Lives on the Ceiling. Why Ananse lives on the ceiling. So, let's have a dive. Kwaku Ananse, the spider, was a farmer and a very good one. He owned the largest farm in the town, and he farmed it diligently with his 3 sons. Wow. Did you see their pictures? Let's see their pictures. Wow. Can you see them? Let's see the bigger one. The farm. I never knew spiders were farmers, but kids, it's interesting to know. Early in the morning, even before the cock crowed, they were up on their way to the farm, where they weeded and watered and tended their crops. They went home in the evening, exhausted and ready for bed. Kids, you feel tired at the end of the day's job, right? I am too, you know. Then one year, the rain were delayed, and when they came, they were scanty. There was drought in the land. The harvest was poor, and the food was scarce. Till Ananse and his son plodded on, tending their farm at best as they could. Though portions were small, they managed to feed the rest of the family with some left over to sell. They were very efficient. Then a mysterious thing began to happen. Kids, let's find out. Every Monday morning, they noticed someone had been to visit the farm. This was not an ordinary visitor. They had apparently sat at his ease, cooked, and right there on the farm had himself a feast. I would love to catch the thief, the elder son said. I bet he think he's really smart, added the youngest. Ananse and the sons planned to keep watch every Sunday. They waited and waited, but no one showed up. And so it turned out that the night they watched, the thief stayed away from the farm. But the night they chose to sleep at home, the thief came to visit. What a thief! It could be the forest draft, said Ananse, dropping his voice. His sons cowered in disgust. It's just a thief. I think he's smart. If we come up with a very good plan, we will catch him red-handed, they said. Have it your way, Ananse replied. Count me out of the future watches. This draft can get really nasty when they are provoked. That night, the three sons and Ananse hatched a plan. We can make a small figure like a dwarf to scare off the thief, said the elders. Many people are scared of forest drafts. But if the person is not scared of dwarfs, said the second. I know, exclaimed the third. We can cover the figure all over with a sticky tape. And if the thief touches him, he would get caught. So that Sunday morning, they went up very early to the farm to put their plans in action. That evening, as it was his custom, Ananse put on his Sunday clothes and went to visit his friends. That evening, as it was his custom, the thief went out to enjoy his meal. He saw this tiny, dirty figure right where the green plantain grew tall. His first inclination was to turn tail and run, but on second thought, he decided to confront the draft. No forest draft is going to do him out of his dinner. He had heard that the best way to deal with this draft was to threaten them. So let's see, he's going to threaten them. What are you doing here on this farm? He demanded. When no reply was coming forth, the thief drew himself up and threatened. If you don't give me an answer, then I shall slap you hard. He shook his fist at the dwarf and waited a second. Then he struck the figure across the face. Take that! To his astonishment, try as he might, he couldn't free his hands. If you do not let go my hand, he said in frustration, I am going to hit you so hard you won't forget it. Anakoko, he delivered the second blow with such a force that he even struck more than ever. Take that and let me go, he said, striking the little tiny black creature. But this time, he says he had fallen into a trap. His feet and his belly were completely bound on the tar dwarf as though they were sesame strings. He stroked there in silence, waiting for the dawn. Oh, shame. Monday morning, the three sons of Ananse went to the farm, even earlier than usual. Won't father be surprised if our plan worked? They giggled excitedly. But they were the ones who were in for a shock. Guess what, children? What is a shock? Do you have an idea? Quickly write it down. Quickly write it down before I finish the story. Let me see if you get it. The first person that gets it might get a prize. You might get a prize. What do you think? I have an idea already, but what do you think? Write it down now. For there stood on the third draft was their own Ananse on his Sunday best. Oh dear, 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 dear. In silence, he struggled to free him. They struggled to free him, ripping apart his clothes in the process. He said not a word, but did his best to sneak back home before the town awoke. Too late for him. Some people saw him in his shredded Sunday best. Is this not Ananse in hardly any clothes? They asked one another, grappling openly at him. Ananse is naked! Ananse is naked! Chanted the little boys and girls. What we will do with a naked Ananse? Could he be drunk? Could he be mad? What we will do with a naked Ananse? Do you want to sing that with me? Okay, come on. Let's sing it together. What we will do with a naked Ananse? What could we do with a naked Ananse? Could he be dry? Could he be mad? What could be wrong with a naked Ananse? The chat went on and on. This was too much for his pride. And because the earth couldn't swallow him, Ananse did the next best thing and climbed up to the farthest corner of his house to hide his face. From that day onwards, spiders had made their homes in the corners of the house. Kids, did you enjoy that beautiful story? Why spiders stay on the ceiling? I did. Did you learn anything? I did. Do you want to tell me what you learned? I would love to know what you learned. But before I go, I'll just tell you what I learned. Do not pretend. Do not lie. Do not cheat. I told you 3 already. But there's a proverb that comes with this. Every day is for the thief. One day is for the owners of the things. And so in the story today, Ananse's son caught their father a thief. Kids, do not in any way steal, because it's not a good sign at all. So I hope you enjoyed our story today. And remember, our giveaway is still very much. If you are interested, no, you should be interested. We want you to be interested. Remember the kids contest. Make sure you join and make sure you participate and make sure you get the best ever. Our gift of £50 voucher for the Kids Creative Contest between now and July 27th, 2021. We look forward to all your interesting creative ideas, stories, art, painting, and our panel of judges will pick out the best and will give you the win. Watch out on our first Facebook page as we post the different entries we have as we go on the contest. So, we'll see you next time on Reading with Joan. Don't forget the story and the message we learned today. See you. Bye. See you next week, Wednesday. Bye-bye.